Good evening, everyone. Oh, wait, I don't hear anything right now. Why don't I hear anything? And we are on time, of course. That should fix it. Right. There we are. Okay, let me just quickly start the game and everything. Turn down the music. Okay. We got this. We still have some minutes, so yeah. Not too late yet. Game's just starting in, well, 7 minutes. And we're following raid today on the first game against APA, which we followed yesterday. On the next one then, it will be against Serenity, if I remember correctly. Okay. Game is running. Sound could be a little bit higher. Yeah. Let's still turn it up a bit. At risk of blasting your ear. But I want to just, I noticed yesterday I was a bit silent. Okay. Let me just double check if everything's working properly. Looks like it. NG suck. What? Ow. I just opened the stream and was unmuted. NG suck. Hey, Kai, say 1 bit. I could see there. Thanks. Alright, let me just quickly share the stream still on Discord. And then we are ready. I hope you're all doing fine and are ready for some good tournament games. Raid probably not one of the favorites for winning the tournament, I've got to say, if I'm honest. But it definitely is going to be an exciting day. Because first game is against APA, which has, well, they definitely have to win. They're actually one of the favorites for winning this thing, the whole tournament. But still, they lost one game yesterday against IGPA. Very unexpected to see that happen. So yeah, APA is a little bit under pressure right now. Raid definitely is. They lost both of their first games, and Serenity, they won both of their first games. So that's definitely going to be interesting today. Let me just finish sharing this damn stream real quick. Also, tournament invite, room invite is already in. So let's ready up so I do not miss that. Was there an update of the game? Because some settings changed. Full screen mode, I want that, please. Good. And now to Discord real quick. And let's just quickly share the stream here. also on the other Discords here on the German community, because they will be especially interested in seeing RA1D. I think actually RA1D might also be streamed by someone else as well. By Old School, who's a German streamer. If you didn't know, I'm also a German streamer, but I just did decide to not speak German on stream. And let's just quickly still go for the official Wargaming server. Good, we've got it. Now I can just focus on the game. Do we still have a minute? Yes, we still have a minute. So look at that. Today is day number 2. So we're here seeing RA1D versus APA first at 8 PM, plus 3 minutes of delay for you, and then RA1D versus Serenity. Of course, in the top 8 stage, lots and lots of interesting games here. Where was the overall result? There was a ranking somewhere. Teams? Matches? No, we were there. Well, wasn't there somewhere a leaderboard? Okay, never mind. The game is starting right now. So let's jump over and just get ready for the games here. APA versus RA1D. And we are seeing both teams readied up with everyone. Only 30 seconds left to go. We're having a 160p, 1E5 on APA's team. Very interesting choice. I don't know why, but okay, there will be a reason for it. Also, we do have a lot of Type 71s, of course, and then LT to 100. On RA1D side, IS4 113, VK 90, double LT, going relatively light here, and double Type 71. So yeah, it's just a mixed setup here for RA1D. Let's jump over to the in-game scene. Stop the music. And let's go. But I might be just a touch too loud. Let's just turn it down over here. Okay. Let's go up and see what's going on here. We have Kitsune spotting passively on the A side. Nikki over there also set up very passively. You're not going into the middle area, which we mostly know for the light tanks to spot. And there's the T-125 being held down in the center of the map. That's what it is used for. It lost its special speed boost. Nowadays it only has... Does it still have the reactive armor actually? I think it does. And RA1D will be free to just drop into that B cap here, taking the advantage of getting B and C right now. Which is still an old strat that I also played with RA1D back in the day already. But overall the tactics did not change too much for this map. It's rather common to see CB here, and Days already losing a ton of hit points here. Half of the hit points is gone for Days. This is not good for him. He got crossfired quite a lot. I'm not entirely sure. Could it have been that light tank over there? Nikki, potentially. Let's maybe jump over there. Does he have shots from over there? It could be the case if he just moved back like this. Not sure. API trying to relocate here, trying to ready up for a C or B push. Potentially both at the same time. Some of them have been spotted already, and the ulti here just also taking a big shot on the crossing by blue. Right, so far doing much better than APA here. APA has lost a ton of hit points already. They are down the cap and just keep losing hit points here as they are trying to get into better positions in order to get the B cap back. And that's Object 3 now pushing into the B cap that is still covered by blue. Messi still right behind here, but Messi is in trouble. Messi is trying to go for Elmery here, doesn't know that it is the 60 TP. Probably just expecting there to be the enemy LT that is already low on hit points. Messi has another shot here, but Elmery put out a big shot here, trading positively against Messi. And Messi here kind of trapped in the middle of the APA team, now getting pressured by Kitsune. He was also spotted and not really high on hit points. But there's a big shot here into Messi, shooting him down to a one shot right now. Over here, Right is back into the B cap, trying to shoot down Daze, who is also down to a one shot right now. 2 guns out of the fight for Rage though. And only 1 kill on the side of a 1 gun out for APA, but Daze is a one shot right now. Will not die here. API was doing a great job of holding up this push. They still have double caps here. They do have the gun advantage. A at the same time has already capped base A back, but that's not really saving them here anymore because they have given up B and C and they have not managed to win on the tanks here. There goes old school. And Drizzle here, last man standing, not going to survive for too much longer. It is a cap win now to the APA team, despite Right leading with the caps early on. Very interesting how that one turned out. Was not looking like that was going to happen. And Right actually with a very promising start here. Yet in the end still getting outplayed by APA. Alright. And we could already see APA's strength there at relocating and going for good pushes, although they lost a ton of hit points there. It did not look too good for them. Still, they managed to eventually turn things around for them. And we are going to see the same map. Potentially very similar strategies here. With APA taking the same lineup, if I'm not mistaken. Right as well. 113 still riding a little bit. But it's potentially going to be the same lineup. Nope, no 113 on this game. But the VK90 again. I've got to say, from what I've seen on the previous tournaments, the IS-4s, although they do have like 400 hit points more than the Type 71s, they seem to have lagged behind, like statistically speaking, VK90s as well. The IS-4s have not proven that well. Whenever I could see some IS-4s against Type 71s, the Types mostly won. Maybe I'm biased, I did not just write it down and do the math there. But that's my perception of the situation there. The IS-4s just often being a little bit too slow for the pushes. Being good at holding positions, being good at just pushing in maybe, but not being that fast. So they are not able to make that much use of an advantage that the team is having on whatever side. So let's hide up. Kitsune heading straight towards base C. Messi as well. There's a question now, are these light tanks going to spot each other? Nope. Kitsune and Messi both still unspotted, right again with a fast B cap here. Taking the early cap advantage, but therefore exposing themselves giving the enemies a potential weak spot to push onto, but it is Daze again, who is kind of isolated here in the middle, trading poorly, not having the best armor in his E5, while APA is still going for the caps here, rotating around the map, but they will have to make sure that they are not leaving Daze in the open for too long here. If RA1D wanted, I could have potentially already pushed onto Daze here, in my opinion. Although, of course, there's still two guys to the right side. If RA1D was playing more aggressive with everyone, that could have already looked pretty bad for Daze here. And those two guys over there. But that is not what is happening here. Blue has also lost half of his hit points already. But still, RA1D is ahead on hit points in total right now. By quite a big margin, actually. And RA1D is relocating here, trying to pressure the A-cap once more, just like they did on the last game already. Trying to find some shots into Ventium, and Messi is already farming him down. And there comes Nicky. Drizzle also now pressuring here, not quite pushing in just yet. But now comes a push, I guess. S1K moving in, losing a lot of hit points, but is now stopping the A-cap. APA at the same time managed to get into base B. Question is if APA is able to hold up this side. Or if that's not going to work out here. And it is S1K who is the first one out of the fight. Drizzle in focus here. APA looking very dominant here on this side actually right now. Not really having any low hit point tanks so far. Second gun out of the fire on right side. And Elmer is now the first one to die here. Which is just happening right now as he's getting killed by Nicky. Also Ventium died, surprising. I could not see that one. Okay, we're down 2 tanks on APA side. RA1D, though, having a gun less. Having 3 caps against them. And Object 3 under pressure here. Not going to survive for much longer, but RA1D is already having half of the hit points only. And that does not look like there was still any chance to the RA1D team here. Big cap advantage for APA, just as the hit point advantage was kind of huge here, I've got to say. We could see S1K here dying with 1 shot only as he was pushing in first, leading the charge in his IS-4, but kind of felt like the push did not really come aggressive enough, maybe. I did not really see everything there in the back of A, but RA1D was hesitating quite a lot here with a push onto A. Did not really do much on the other side. So I guess I could have been a little bit faster. I'm not entirely sure that what happened there. Or should have definitely, something should have been different. And I guess the push would have to come a lot faster there. It was only Messi in that corner. Potentially not enough crossfire onto the A-cap. Let me just quickly change the volume again. Because I was just a little bit too loud. Okay. And I'm ready. Oh, Drizzle currently offline. I don't know if RA1D does have any anyone else to jump in there. I don't see RA1D team here. Although surprisingly, I'm supposed to stream RA1D and don't see you. I'm spectating on the side of APA here right now. And Drizzle is offline right now. He readied up though, but he is offline. Oh, okay. Okay, actually, It seems to have been enough to get into the game. It's got to be ready. But the question is if he's going to stay offline or if he's just able to play now. Let's have a quick look there. If he's actually AFK right now. Nah, he is moving. Good. Ooh, it's foggy here. I don't see much. Let's get down beneath the clouds. First shots crossing over the entire map, but no shots connecting so far. And RA1D is already pushing forwards here on the A side. Elmery right in front of them. Has spotted them up, and also Kitsune in the corner. He isolated. Trying to... What is happening with him? That looks like he did have some bad internet problems there. And Kitsune is out of the fight already. Gun advantage to RA1D. Basically for free. The APA has to be quick here to make use of their advantage. To regain the gun advantage. Or at least get it to be even. Otherwise, it would really not look good to them to fight in a 6v7 here. But S1K is not going to survive for too much longer. Aimbot will have to kill here. Guns are even again. Hit points 2k ahead on the side of RA1D here. But it's not impossible to win right now. Would be a huge thing if APA managed to win this with one tank less, but they did everything right here of just immediately pushing forward as they noticed they were about to lose one tank on the other side. They absolutely had to. But Nikki here having some really good crossfire right now. Not too many tanks right in front of him anymore, but Elmery now in a 1v1 against the LT. Actually, the LT does have the better DPM, but Elmery currently still with the adrenaline loaded. It will be tough here, but also over there Uni is jumping in here, coming to help out. What is happening over here? Only S1K is dead. Ventium just died. Also, Elmery, Object 3 down in hit points. Aimbot down in hit points. Going down here. And we only have 3 tanks left on side of APA. With Elmery still being a one-shot behind there. Uni out of the fight as well. Days in a 1v1, which is not going to decide over the outcome of the game here. That's impossible to win for APA at this point. They tried their best at counter-pushing RA1D immediately, but just did not have the guns available. And just lost this one tank for free there, which cost them a lot of damage, which they desperately needed on this game. As they could not really make up for the lack of DPM there after losing that LT so early on. APA tried. Still not great to see a game being decided that way because of an AFK. But of course, good job by RA1D as well here. Kitsune is still offline right now. So he's potentially nice back. Okay. Not getting swapped out. That was the first defeat here for the APA team. Best of 7, by the way. So we're still going to see at least 2 more games. APA still needs 2 more wins right now. RA1D still needs 3 more wins in order to bring home the win here against the APA team. And I'm not sure if APA is going to lose another one, judging by the way they played so far. RA1D will have to be a little bit faster still to keep up with APA. And we are seeing Winter Malinovka again. RA1D with a beloved VK90, some IS-4s. And also APA now with some more IS-4 power, no 60TPs this time, just triple IS-4, triple Type 71 and a Sheridan to spot here. Not the double light lineup they had on the last game. Right, though, going with a double light still. They might still have the same amount of hit points just because of the VK90 having a ton of hit points compared to Type 71. And let's see what's going to happen on this one. Alright, heading towards base A once more. LT's going for a fast cap. That's what they are mostly used for. Double LT here against one light. Could be that API already predicted that move, as they're also pushing quite aggressively towards the middle here. Finding one shot into narrow. But I'm not too sure if API is going to be able to push forwards here. But Sick just losing all of his hit points, down to a one shot already. Crossing in the open here, showing his back to the API team, and is now in a ton of trouble. That's an early gun advantage basically. S1K is still in the fight, but it might not work out for him to still put out some damage, because Nitro is horrible at sniping. Maybe Object 3 has a kill here. Old School, meanwhile, in focus here, in the middle of the map. Having 3 tanks of API right in front of him. As Naro is trying to support here. But that's not quite fast enough. Not going to really work out for him here. 3 guns out of the fight on the side of RA1D. While API is still having all 7 tanks alive. Almost no one being low on hit points. Although Aimbot and Emery are down to one shot here as well. B and AC on the side of API right now. And Messi here with a desperate push into the middle to try to kill that type. Gets the kill also. And will have a good chance of fighting that Sheridan. Is not chasing him though. But is now down to a one shot as he got tracked here. Shots flying into him. Nicky still trying to run away. And Drizzle down to just 100 hit points, and even those were obliterated right now. There goes Nicky, still not going to have any chance here, still putting out some shots. But not being able to win this game anymore. I don't really know what happened here to Sick. He was just super exposed there, showing his entire side to the enemies. And kind of, I don't know, maybe he was trying to run or trying to get into position, being late into the game, whatever. I could not tell from seeing it there. He was definitely totally out of place. I don't know the reason for it. We are about to see Kennel now, a map that is possibly suiting the API team a lot more, because they are a little bit stronger on the larger maps that are more mobile. It feels like, although API, they are really good at brawling, but also they have some very skilled light tank players, but they're not going for light lineup here, which I did not expect to see, to be honest, because Kennel is such a large map that you're often seeing lots and lots of mediums here. One lighting, potentially Day still readying up with another LT. Could definitely be the case. He's also lighting player, and also Elmery is actually. Yeah, it is actually 907 for Days. Elmery. Let's wait a second. Right, does have double FE45 now. Double T1 T95 E6, double LT 1 Type 71. So that looks like an A strat from RA1D, most likely. We're now seeing APA with 3 medium/lights. So APA will have a huge advantage in the mobility. Although of course the E6s are also quite fast here. APA will not be able to fight for the A cap. I guess. They're still moving over, but they're not... A blind shot almost hitting Kitsune there. It is actually not a fight for A from RA1D here. Although the FB45s will not be able to do too much here on the D side. They won't be able to cap or decap. They're having shots onto C actually. Putting in 2 or 3 shots already. 907's camping right now. Just putting in some crossfire from the hill over here. If we are seeing this with a reticle calibration, of course, it does have some superb accuracy here. Right, with a quick cap advantage here of D. As they manage to decap base C, and Uni is still struggling here. I don't think it's worth it to still stay in that cap, because RA1D is already circling around the map and aimbot here, getting found on the hill. It is not looking good what APA is doing here, to be honest. They are losing hit points steadily. Although RA1D was just not having many hit points on the field, they are now 1k hit points, 2k hit points almost ahead. Armory and Uni here, and a lot of problems. But now we're also losing some hit points here, as APA is able to fall back right now. They managed to get base A and base C, but they will probably not be able to defend that cap. Drizzle here getting aggressive onto Uni, firing a shot, putting him down to a 1-shot, and it is actually S1K from all the way over there to just take him out here. Great crossfire by RA1D, and Kitsune is also going down already. That's a 2-gun advantage to the RA1D team. And Ventium still trading poorly here. It looks like APA is really not in the best situation here. S1K over there killed the reloading, but that is not known by APA. As soon as S1K is reloaded again, we could potentially shoot down these IS-4s. Not if Object 3 is pre-aiming him there. Both getting spotted. APA trying to push onto the FE405. But at the same time, RA1D is going for the push over here. Drizzle now pushing in. Followed by Narrow and Old School here. Ventium going down. Almery also not going to survive for too much longer. And there he goes also. Oh, there we still have the 907s against that FE45. But he does have a full clip still. Is not able to put that in anymore. But there goes aimbot. Blue reloading. Daze does not know about that. Maybe he does. But Narrow is there to cover. And it's only Daze right now left alive here. APA was not really able to make use of their advantage of the medium tanks. Really great crossfire by RA1D. Absolutely good positioning here. I did not expect this to go for the D side. With the FE45s, I could really not see them being that effective for this move, but they did great here at farming the IS-4s. And I could also blame the IS-4s a little bit for staying in position for that long. Although they got shots all the time, they were still trying to capture base C at all costs. And basically lost their life for it. Kitsune also staying in the back there for quite a long time still. And of course, I think APA was also not expecting RA1D to go for D. Otherwise, they would have just pushed for A. It's a tricky thing to do from this spawn. But yeah, these mediums light being just camping in the back there they were able to put on some shots, but were just not able to gain as much map control. And RA1D at the same time was just getting control of the decap, getting decapping shots into base C, not allowing APA to really get away with capturing bases. But if the FE45s were lined up behind B, that's what I expected to see somehow. That the FE45s were just waiting for APA to potentially push the A side. And then, yeah, the FEs could also relocate towards base A. Base B and A would probably be quite sure here in the scenario for them. So that's what I expected to see. It was absolutely surprising me to see RA1D play for the D side here, and they did a really good job at that. But APA still only one win away from winning this. RA1D still needs 2 more wins right now. They are a little bit closer. We're seeing the types here of the APA team moving towards base D. At the same time, Kitsune is going for A potentially, but finding T95 E6s there in double pack. Nope, he's not pushing forwards. But Elmery here, losing lots and lots of hit points. It's still a safe cap for APA right now. But Elmery also getting shot down by the E6s from the side there. And going down already. Quick gun advantage to RA1D. Really well played here on this game. And also aimbot is still getting crossfired from the side here by Drizzle. Kitsune actually still in that bush there. Not being spotted yet. But he is in a very risky position there. Oh my gosh, look at this. He types in not being able to spot him. But he's still not getting spotted. And he's just delivering all the spots for the APA team to farm right now. And he's just not moving there. He's just sitting there. And just spotting everything up. Oh my goodness me. But there it comes to E6. LT still not spotted. Look at this. Man, that requires some balls to just stay in the bush here and not move out of them. I would be running for my life already if I was this LT right there. And it's allowing the whole APA team to constantly shoot RA1D, and they don't know how they are all spotted. Just look at this. They're all farming. And the LT being right beside them. Oh my. No way this is happening here. Look at this, how close they are. Kitsune in old school, you're just being 100 meters away basically. And the LT still not getting spotted. Look at this. Blue Kitsune here. And they have no clue. Also, LT over there about to get spotted again at the ice wall. All the rotations of the RA1D team are getting spotted here. And they simply don't know about it. It's been 3 minutes into the game and no one was moving into this position and spotting that LT. They have simply absolutely no clue. But he's just not shooting there. If he was shooting, of course, it could be nice for one shot, but then he would be spotted and he would just give up all the spots here. RA1D does have the cap advantage. They don't have the gun advantage anymore. Okay. Day is currently still trying to get a bit more aggressive over here. But it's not going to work out. Nor is he really going to save APA. S1K getting crossfired here. And APA is starting to advance here. They are not really ahead on hit points. Just a little bit right now. They managed to constantly chip down the hit points of the RA1D team. Oh my gosh. RA1D absolutely bamboozled here. Look at this. This LT still being there. He's still for life and can do whatever. He could just push in at some point now. And There goes the LT now with a speed boost. And like it goes out of nowhere. Now dropping into Drizzle, potentially. I still have to be worried here. There he goes now. Pushing in. About to kill Drizzle. The points are getting closer here. That's a problem. Oh, it doesn't look too good here for APA. Nikki going down. 800 points on side of Raid still. Drizzle going down. But also Aimbot got killed. Object 3 here being in a 1v1 against Old School. Not having any hit points left though. Being a 2-shot right now. But Ventium can still go for the A-cap here and potentially still get the kills there. Naro got killed. Blue also down to... Is he a 1-shot already? Yes, he is a 1-shot with the AP. Will Ventium get him? Yeah. Yes, he does. And A can now get stopped. Oh my goodness. Oh my. I've never seen anything like that before. I've seen sneaky positions to spot the enemy team, but this... Never seen this in years of watching every tournament game. Okay, not everyone, but... What the hell? What was that, man? Okay. That... I've never seen anything like that. He was so freaking close and Raid had no idea. Not at all. Oh man. Gosh. Alright. APA winning the game. I'm just thinking right now if it was actually worth it giving away such a sneaky move. That can only be done once though. And I don't know if it was worth it that early in a tournament already. If they should not have kept it for the final stages. Of course they still have to win a lot of games to get there. But API is probably going to get that anyways. They're probably getting into the top 4. Definitely. Probably definitely. And yeah, then there will be... I don't know. I cannot tell. Okay, we do have a bit of time still. Next game starting in 30 minutes, by the way. So there's definitely some time. I will play some games still, but first I'm going for a quick break. Okay, I will just take like 5 minutes of break and then just go for some relaxed battles. I will just show you some replay, I guess. In the meantime, still had some good game here. Let's take that one. My biggest game so far on that Minotauro. So, see ya in a minute. Alright. Finished my dinner. Now I'm good to stream. Okay. And hi everyone who just joined in. Or still here. Despite the break. Let's just say we're still having some viewers here. But the best I can do or will do right now is just play some games before the next one starting. Let's go for this big beauty. Okay, double budget, double 183. I will just get into the city. I kind of use this here on the right side. I would be totally exposed on the A side here. I could of course decide to camp on A, but nah, let's just rather go for the city, because there I can just push forwards if necessary. No, no platoon. Okay, let's do it like this. A little bit at least. It could have been more. Actually, if I did not hit the tracks there. Okay. Lucky shot. Okay, was worth wriggling and not just aiming in. I was considering to just go for the shot, to just aim in, to not miss. It would have actually been quite horrible if I missed because I was wriggling and still getting shot down. Almost just would not have been cool. Come on, kill FE please. Oh my gosh, I'm lucky. AMX is blind. But no. Yeah, bad shit, you cannot really push there. Oh, 1 hit point? No. No. Oh my gosh. AMX really was blind and the pet shit on 1 hit point. Come on. Really? Just go. Man. Thanks. I think... Oh, shit. Where was it? It was mouse sensitivity. I wanted to just decrease the volume a little bit. By the way, we still have 10 more minutes until the room invite. I could actually set up a timer. Never mind. I did not buy a green screen, it's just AI software that is just getting rid of the background here. I think for the PC streams it looks much better than having this round webcam mask here, this round webcam box. On the touch streams on iPad I don't mind that I can have this thing to the side. But here it's just quite helpful. Okay, you're reloading, let's just peek out on this guy. I7, come on. Uh-oh. Nah. Was I spotted? Or was I blind? Was pretty much perfect shot. Come out. Okay, let's take this one. Too late to avoid it. Nah. Oh no, not good. Engine, truck. Oh my gosh, I'm lucky, but that they did not push me. They failed quite hard at that. I will back off even further. Thank you, RNG. I would love to kill the crown run. Nice. Alright, I need to kill the Kran first, without taking a shot. Good. I guess you cannot kill me, especially C4. I'm wrecked. Oh my gosh, track. Good job, Patton. At least I'm both one-shots. Not too promising though. 268 just needs some AGs. And needs to not push in. Not show his side. He's just pushing C. Okay. But yeah, back to the green screen topic, by the way. If it was a green screen, it would not have these weird artifacts that we are having here. Look at my hands now. On a green screen, that would not happen. So yeah, it's just AI. I don't know, I don't think I could put a green screen here. Oh my gosh, did I really just see that? Why is he going for A? Oh, okay, that makes sense. No, 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 don't do it. Just stay. Why? Why would you do that? Ah! Gosh, that hurt watching. It really did. Is that something I need to do a tutorial about? I think some people need that kind of tutorial. Like some basic guide about Blitz. It's not really something that... I mean, it could gain views in the long term. Maybe. But it's hard to reach out to those people who might need such a tutorial. They are just probably not trying to educate themselves on Blitz for a long time until they get better. If they do. By the way, I do have a map guide about this, explaining why I'm going here. And all the ifs and don'ts and whatsoever. So if you're interested, check that out. I would have loved the other side, but not really anyone was going there. Okay. That was bully aims, kind of expected them to move back already. Bad excuse. Nah. The E100 being right next to me is just not helping me, because the enemies don't have to peek out that far, and he's just in an absolutely horrible position. If E100 was not to my right side, I would have 3 shots the entire time. Why is he doing that? Okay, go die. Just as you. Piccolo eliminato. Man, I'm just at 1.4k right now. And there are only 3 enemies remaining. Because they were just farming my teammate. Ah. Ooh. Two more shots would be awesome. It doesn't look good. Yeah, maybe on the yaw. Please don't run into my teammates. They stopped. Okay, still got good amount. Oh, Ice 4 was even AFK. So how much time do we have? Still one more battle, and then we'll get the room invite. Yeah, we actually lost this. Oh my. Mm, 7 years in the game, 45%. No. Oh my. Nah. Nah. What? Just look at this. 44, 45, 47, 45, 45. Alright. That was just absolutely horrific. Okay, last game before the next tournament battle. Then we're going to see APA versus Serenity, by the way, in case you have missed it. Okay, nice shot. Let's reload the third one. Move in, maybe. Could be the case that enemies are splitted. We currently have 2 mats on the left side. Sneaky. No. Yeah, pushing in between the Yo and the others is quite a risky thing to do. Why? I'm alright. Ah. I will push onto the Yo from the right side so I don't end up in between the enemies. At least a VK cannot get me. Maybe Conway. You know what, I will just reload. T-57 is reloading anyways. Oh no, Jack. Yeah, Jack can have him. Thanks for the ram. What is he doing? No. Not all that great. I got a base, yay. Don't die, please, LG. Don't die, just kill the 875. Oh, I think he does. No! Oh, why did it back off? Okay. Into the next game. Ace, okay. Still super low. The game should be starting in 3 minutes. Apparently it's late. We don't have the invite yet. Okay. Yeah, let's just wait a minute. Someone was asking about WN8 on the clan chat. WN8, WN7. Maybe also interesting to some of you. WN8 and WN7 are just dependent on the not only damage but also survival rate, the kills, spots. I'm just writing that down at the same time. What else? Basically everything. Everything counts into that. Just as the XP in game. Okay, we still don't have the room invite. I thought the game was starting at... It was meant to start in just a minute. That's what it said online. So far we don't have the invite yet. I guess it will just be a matter of seconds or a few minutes maybe. So far I did not have any problems with just not getting any room invites. So what am I going to do? Am I just going to sit it out? Let me just ask some player. Yeah, I guess we still have to wait a little bit. We don't have any invite yet. Let me show you. Nothing here yet. Anything good on the shop actually? Yeah, Caliban, 140 euros. Definitely getting that. Betcha for 35 euros. Interesting that Wargaming decided to just put out some tanks for like money directly right now and not just gold only. But I think they also raised the prices, at least on my iOS device. Oppa David asking how to get many credits. First of all, playing premium tanks, especially at tier 8, they do make a lot of credits. There is a difference between the tanks though. how many credits they make. Löwe is good. T26E whatever, the T26E4. Mostly it's just better to take one tank you are winning games with. If you're winning games and putting out a good amount of damage, you're getting credits anyways. I don't play premium tanks anymore in a long time already. I'm constantly making credits. If you're seeing this, where do we see credits now? I don't even know anymore. There we see it. 130,000 credits here. Or plus 107,000. On this one, 25. Minus 12,000. Yeah. If you are playing good, you're just making credits all the time. If not, then you have to play some premium tanks. Some room invite would be nice. But it's not here yet. No. That's weird. I hope I get the room invite. I really hope. I'm starting to get a bit nervous right now. But there should not be any reason for it to just fail there. Well, we've had that sometimes and it's just 5 minutes late or so. We are already 5 minutes late. Let me check if if it shows in game here. What? Did I not get the game just started? Huh? Let me check on Discord. Oh, fuck, I'm having a problem. Damn it, I want a room invite. Okay, now I'm really starting to panic a little bit. Because I could just see game started. And I'm not having any invite. Let me just check it, maybe how it looks like on other streams. Can't be. And the streams are working. Oh my gosh, great. Okay. That's some issue. So what are we going to do? Yeah, we're meant to see Raid versus Serenity right now, so let me just see if that's also somewhere else. And maybe we can just restream then. Oh my god. Looks like the room crashed there. Okay, let me just see if anyone else is maybe streaming Raid or Serenity. Yeah. It looks like for Wild One Selpa it's fine. But what we are going to do now is to just restream that thing. Does it actually fit? No, it doesn't. Okay. Let's do it like this then. No, the camera is right behind that. Okay, looks like we're not going to have any sound then. But we're still going to see the games that we were meant to see then. Although we are restreaming Wild One Sniper right now, and I'm just kind of just move over there. Okay, I'm gonna say is Wild One's webcam right now. Let me make sure the quality is on top. And controls off. Okay, Serenity apparently won the first game here. And we are saying Serenity moving towards the A side, Raid as well. But Serenity also planning for a lot more map control by sending one light tank over towards base C, as well as one heavy tank. It might mean there is a lot of map control for Serenity, but those kind of offers a weak spot for Raid to push onto. Not necessarily by going for the C cap, but maybe also by just taking control of the A area. As soon as they know that there is more than one Sheridan, they could already be pushing forwards here and try to just get those guys on A, especially since the Kranwagen is reloading right now. Raid should be feeling some pressure right now. And it looks like Raid does have smelled what their options are right now, and they are going forwards here, trying to shoot down the Kranwagen. And that free cam stuff is just way too chaotic here to really track the business. And Raid is actually advancing here, but Serenity managed to get into some good hull down positions behind this little rock, is still taking some cover, making Raid waste a lot of time. Falcon also down already. First gun out of the fight is Raid's Falcon. And Old School also down to a one-shot already. Serenity doing a really good job here, just falling back, keeping their tanks alive while shooting down Raid. Although many of the Serenity team are down on hit points, the focus fire is just far better here on side of Serenity. Now also down to half the hit points right now, getting focused. 3 tanks out of the fight on the right side. Only 1 gun out of the fight for Serenity right now. Does not look like Raid would still stand a chance here in this situation, as they already lost so many tanks here. And it is only 2 tanks left alive. The LT and Type 71. Raid's push just came way too late. They did of course not know about that heavy tank also being in the desert, far from the fight. And they did not dare to get more aggressive here, and did not go for the same kind of map control that Serenity was able to take. And that was just absolutely backfiring here for Raid. Unfortunately, we do have to see the games now without sound like this. also without my overlays and stuff because of the room invite fail. I hope you can still somewhat enjoy right now. Falcon absolutely getting smacked there on the crossing towards base A. Was trying to push in, not really able to do so there. I think it was still kind of good that Ray decided to push in at that point, as they were just, having the Kranwagen on the reload and were able to go forwards then. But they gave certainly a lot of time and did really not manage to focus them out all too well. Maybe it would have been better to just ignore the guys to the right side for a bit to focus out the Kranwagen, because there were more tanks able to reach the Kran first than they had on the right side there. Although there were 4 versus 3, but Serenity was just falling back into some really good positions. Raid really struggled to get them. And we are about to see the next game here on Desert Sands. Also very small map, actually, unlike the last one. It's also a desert map, but on Desert Sands, it does look like there was a lot of open space, but the sides are so split up, so separate from each other, that it is often really a very quick game, a very chaotic and very aggressive fight here on this map, because everyone has to move right at the start into the right position. And mostly it does not take long before the push comes here. And we are seeing Sheridan, Kranwagen, 5 Type 71s on Serenity side, Raid with the FE215B, 1 T100 LT, 113 and some Type 71s. And Raid trying to just send all the tanks into the desert at the start. Serenity leaving 2 tanks in the city for now, or rather pre-aiming the middle area, while both teams are sending a light tank to spot aggressively, but the Sheridan on Serenity side already got smacked a little bit. But the Sheridan still having higher view range, allowed for some better spots potentially, and allowed Serenity to shoot down Raid Blue, who lost quite a few hit points there on the crossing over the bridge, over the train tracks, not bridge. But the Sheridan is not that good at this point anymore. Serenity pushing forwards here, having some really nice position, good spots also onto Raid, that's still trying to have some shots, or rather running away right now. And Raid is preparing for a push here onto the A side, as they're having all the tanks over there. But Serenity is also not too far away. Yet there are 2 tanks kind of isolated, the Vaben and the M, being kind of, yeah, they are very isolated, very separate from their teammates. Only 2 tanks there, but 1 heavy tank still in the back supporting right now. But Raid cannot really go in there, as they have decided they are rather falling back and are just playing it out safely, having the cap lead still, and actually pressuring onto the middle area. But I don't know if that's going to work out here for Raid, because there's a lot of Serenity guys that can potentially support the middle area. But actually it is Serenity pushing here onto the plane area, getting the pressure onto Raid, who's currently trying to kill the Type 71s in the middle. First gun out here. It is a gun advantage to Raid. Although Drizzle is also down to 1 shot, going down here. Lego from behind in the Kranwagen was just farming him down. And over here we do have Serenity pushing into Nikki and Falcon, with now the 113 with its Supreme DPM just pushing into the fight here, putting his shots into the back of the M. And does not look like Serenity was having any chances on this side here. They would have to win the other side, and I don't really know if that's going to happen either. Looks like Serenity was really struggling with their hit points and their guns on the field right now. Only 3 guns remaining against 5 tanks of Raid. Still old school, down to 1 shot potentially, going down also to fly ticks. But still, it is very tough to win this at this point, as also the M is isolated in a 1v2 situation, going down as well, not going to win this either. And Lego Flytix now last ones alive here, still trying to fight 4 tanks, but that's not going to happen. Especially Lego with his low DPM is really struggling at this point here, and not being able to put out enough damage anymore to have any chance. Well played by RA1D. And just managed to be more aggressive here. RA1D's team. Serenity split up quite a lot. Basically had weak spots on any side here. RA1D just needed to decide where to push onto them. It was actually Serenity going aggressive first. But that was not the right call here to go in at that point. So it is 2-1 right now. And RA1D coming back a little bit. Still 1 point behind. RA1D still needs 3 points here to win the game. Serenity only 2 wins away. Double Kranwagen on Serenity's side. Super strong turret, of course, yet not having any DPM. But also the clipping potential of that auto reloader might be very dangerous to anyone who is just going for any mistake. RA1D, on the other hand, having 2 DPM tanks here with the 113 and the FE215B instead of the Kranwagen. So RA1D does have a big DPM advantage, not having the clipping potential. But if they are going for a push, then the Kranwagens might really struggle here to really be aggressive enough and be useful enough if RA1D is not waiting it out for too long. So that will be the question, if RA1D is going to be able to make use of their DPM advantage by some aggressive moves. If they would be playing passively, then Serenity would have the advantage of having the armor advantage and also just being able to put out clips and get away with it, reload the clips once more. Would be the worst case scenario for RA1D to just not find any weak spots to push onto, and Serenity is definitely trying to avoid that, to not have any isolated tanks that are going to be weak spots for RA1D here. We're seeing the Kranwagen getting spotted, but he is having shots potentially, not having the second shot loaded yet, so he did not decide to shoot and waste all his poor DPM. He was trying to just elevate his tank on the hill, have some shots in a medium or light tank. He would be able to stay unspotted there. In the Kranwagen, he just did not get away with it and got shot for a first shot here. Still, the hit points are neck and neck at this point, and Serenity is getting aggressive here in the plane area. RA1D already just being a step ahead, but having 2 tanks isolated in the plane area right now on the little hill. Serenity could potentially already go in and just kill those 2 guys here. But they're also having a little bit of a splitter team. Tacos is just flanking around the map right now. And RA1D is able to support here. Shooting down Flytix now. A little bit too much of hesitation. Potentially Flytix going down first. And it is looking like Serenity would not really have much of a chance here at this point, because the Kranwagen did not really get to fight yet. Does not have the DPM. With RA1D simply having the DPM of 1 gun more in the fight right now, and better DPM anyways on their tanks. So RA1D is really a big step ahead here and having a huge advantage over Serenity. But there goes Messi in the LT, but the second gun is out of the fight for Serenity already. Blue in focus right now. Blue going down very soon also, but he's still 2-shot. And Serenity are not having any shots on the Kranwagens anymore. So they are super low on their DPM. And both of the DPM tanks on RA1D side here, the 113 and the FE215B, are still alive and putting out a lot of damage. so they will be able to just diminish the enemy's hit points quite quickly here, with the Krans effectively being out of the fight. Raid will just not struggle too much here at shooting down the last enemies that are left alive here. Although it is only a 4 versus 3, hit point difference is actually quite close, still almost even for a short time here. But I don't really see Serenity still having much of a chance here with 1 gun less and just not having the DPM available. Although there is still the LT camping behind their Kranwagen, now again on an empty clip facing the 113, if I could see that correctly. I'm not sure, but there goes Vaven also. And Nikki is farming down the Kranwagen, maybe going down soon, but the LT is not able to get into the fight anymore. Although there are 2 one-shots on the side of Raid, it will be basically impossible to get Drizzle, yeah. With his hit points that he still has, that's a no-go for the LT as a 2-shot here. He's still trying to run away, but yeah, he can just skip that part actually. It's not going to take him anywhere. Even if he kills the 2 one-shots without taking a hit, there would still be the FV215B. If the FV missed, he would still need 1 more shot, like the FV would just, yeah, survived 3 shots here. Nothing the LT can do. He's still trying to run away. Not going for the caps, obviously, because Raid is going to defend those caps and not going to have any... The LT is not going to have any chance here against the bases. He would have to go for the kills. Still trying. Hey, Wild Ones are sleeping, not seeing it. The LT pushed in, found the 1-shot Naro, actually. Is spotted right now, not knowing about this Type 71s right in front of him. But the points are already highly in favor of the Raid team. And there is the kill of Tacos. Okay, that was another strong game by Raid. I think Serenity really struggled with their passive lineup. The Kranwagens here are really backfiring. The decision to take them was not the best here against the DPM lineup that Raid had. As Serenity was forced to play passively. They had 3 Type 71s right in front of 2 Type 71s of the Raid team, but they could not push in because the Kranwagen was sitting right behind trying to support. Meanwhile, Raid was having these isolated tanks that Serenity could have potentially pushed onto, but they were not ready for that because they could not afford to get too aggressive with their team. And if they decide to push in, maybe on the plane area, they could have been a little bit earlier there with a push, or actually just gone for the push. They were just losing hit points in that situation, not gaining any advantage. Actually, the nice thing is, as I am... Oh. As I'm actually having my... I just need to get the controls back, come on. Ah, there it is. As I'm not watching live, I can just get back here. Oops. Sorry. Where is it? It's further black. Just look at this here. 3 Type 71s here on the left side. Against only 2 on Raid side. Yet they were very focused on the cap. And if we are saying this, there is the Kranwagen on side of Serenity still camping behind, but Serenity could have potentially just decided to push into Drizzle and Nikki here on the far left. It could have maybe worked out for them to gain a gun advantage, although they would have lost a lot of hit points. But they just allowed Raid to just push in here. And although Raid was splitted, there was still enough time for the Raid team to get here, shoot down flight ticks. Now blue comes in, and that's it with the advantage that Serenity had here. The Kranwagen behind is actually still in spawn, if we are checking that out. See that here. Kranwagen still very far behind out of the fight. A little bit of a problem on the positioning here. Was trying to support or just trying to put out some damage at a distance. Not the best call in my opinion. So let's see where we are. And watch live again. So we are having Messi here spotting with the LT now on Naval Frontier. Serenity again with a Kranwagen. They seem to like that tank a lot. We've already seen Serenity play that tank quite a lot of times in the previous tournament. Does not give them any DPM though. That's a big issue here. And Raid again with a DPM advantage, I guess, as they're having double FE215B. Some Type 71s, Ice Force also on 200 LT. Meanwhile, Serenity is deciding to go for 60 TP and a Kranwagen here. Both of those low DPM tanks, but good at punishing enemies if you are able to just take some good positions. But also the DPM and the accuracy, of course, is letting you down on the 60 TP, which might often be a problem when facing Type 71s. So we will see if Serenity is able to make any use of that. So far, we're not seeing any advantage to Serenity, but neither does Raid have. Actually, Raid does have 900 hit points more right now, just because of their lineup. With the IS Force simply having a lot of hit points. If you're seeing this here on the left side on the team lineup, IS Force at 2,800 hit points. FE215B now is playing with more armor on FE215B paper tank, 2,438. But also Type 71's 2,450. That's really not a lot. That's a big difference there. And Raid is deciding to go for a push running into the Kranwagen. And that's exactly what the Kranwagen is great at. Just sitting in a passive position, waiting for some shots. And being able to reload the clip right after again. So that was what Serenity was waiting for here. Alpha now also down on hit points a little bit, but having a full clip again. But Raid is taking advantage of that C area. Will be the question if Serenity is able to counter push the other side or going to be able to help out here to fight down Falcon. And it looks like Serenity would be a little bit lost here in this situation, not really having any weak spots to push onto, not having their tanks ready, and being able to focus fire apart from Falcon, who is now getting pushed onto. But also the middle here is in favor of Raid, who is currently 2k hit points ahead of the Serenity team. And Flytix going down here. Old School also down in hit points, now 2-shot. Falcon is down, Nikki is a 1-shot. So it still is possible to go to the Serenity team. They have just slowly shot down Raid a little bit, and now Vaben and the M are in a very good position here to farm the Raid team, but also the cap points are becoming a problem slowly but surely. So there will have to be one of the Serenity team going for the caps right now. So that guy is going to be out of the fight as well. Vaben here taking a hit for taking out one gun is going to go down for that as well. Now down to a 1-shot, that's for sure. The M still in the cap right now, 860 points for Serenity, for Raid. And with the kill of Vaben, that's going to be another 40 points ahead. While Serenity is going to lose some hit points here. And Tacos, now, how many hit points does he have? Tacos down to a 2-shot, maybe 1-shot. If Messi was lucky, but Messi not getting the kill here. Oh no, it is Messi getting the kill right now and Raid winning all the points here. Well played by Raid. And Serenity just not really getting away with their passive lineup. Not being in the position to really go for any advantage anywhere. And that was not too great for them here. Raid is surprisingly the more aggressive team here and playing the faster DPM tanks. So that was really a problem for Serenity. The Kranwagens, of course, they could put out some clip there, but they are really not good at pushing in at the moment because of their lack of DPM compared to a Type 71. So that's really not too great to have a Kranwagen against an FE215B here. But Serenity is doing the same thing again, now picking 2 Kranwagens and a 60TP for the same map. Meaning RA1D will again have the DPM advantage, and with the IS-4s they're not going to lag behind on the hit points either. I think actually the FE215B and Type 71s are having the same hit points, and Kran roughly the same as RA1D. I will have a quick look there. I'm not entirely sure. I think it should be the same amount of hit points actually. Well, so RA1D will have more DPM and more hit points potentially because of the IS-4s. Serenity will really struggle against that. And Serenity is rather taking a lineup that is better at just decapping base A, but for taking an advantage on the C side, they would maybe be able to decap base C as well if they send up some Kranwagen. But if RA1D is playing the bridge area and the C cap, it will be problematic. Let's see what's going to happen here. I quickly want to have a look at the Kran's hit points. Actually, the Kran has 2,600 hit points, which is almost 200 more than Type 71 or FE215B have. Unless if you're playing FE215B like old school, maybe that's because of the sandbags that it has, which are just increasing the hit points by like 5% or something. I'm not entirely sure about that number out of my head right now. And we're seeing RA1D going aggressive for the C cap with their IS-4s. They're well suited for that. Serenity having 1 Kran on top of the hill for trying to decap, and Serenity is doing a good job of just shooting down RA1D so far, as RA1D was trying to push on the bridges again like they did on the last game already. Alpha still full life here in a really good position with this Kranwagen, yet he is in a reload right now, not having any DPM anymore, but he's somewhat safe still. And RA1D already lost a ton of hit points here on the crossing, over 1,000 hit points down compared to the Serenity team here. Also, the cap advantage is actually on side of RA1D right now, but it could quickly be turned around if there was 1 kill only, as it meant minus 40 points for RA1D and plus 40 for Serenity. So that might be a very quick job. And Nicky here already out of position, being in crossfire by Alpha, but he's just bouncing there. There's still some more guys to the right side trying to have shots onto Nicky, but it looks like Nicky was able to get into safety by now. So it will be rather about pushing someone else or maybe pushing the bridge area. But RA1D is currently in good positions here with the FE215Bs being safe in the back. It could be a problem though if... Oh, Serenity is actually going for base B. Trying to pre-aim the Kranwagen from behind, I guess, while moving into the cap. But Fabian is going to get shot from the side. It's a miss by old school. What Serenity could also do actually is pushing the bridges. Of course, they would run into crossfire, and it was a very quick cap here by Serenity, getting away with B without taking any big amount of damage here. So that's the good advantage now to Serenity. Hit points in favor of them. They are having the safer positions. They're having the Krans in good positions with the clips being reloaded. And Falcon also just losing some more hit points here on his bridge. RA1D just being overcommitted with their Type 71s, trying to get aggressive at the start already, yet not really being prepared for Vaben and Flytix, just as Alpha crossfiring them the whole time here, especially Vaben, I guess, is delivering some good crossfire onto the bridge area, shooting down Nikki and Falcon, who are absolutely trapped out of the fight. So Serenity could already decide to push in anywhere, but it will be RA1D here trying to gain control of the cap again. Now currently with the reactive armor pulled off, maybe Serenity is just going to wait and push in right after. Actually, they're having shots right now, with Waven being in good position to crossfire, as the RA1D is also trying to go in here from the other side with the Drizzle and Blue, as well as Old School pushing on to Waven. But Lego is just going to go for the kill of Naro, and it will be a point win to Serenity in just a few seconds. But Waven, if he's going down, no, he is actually Old School getting killed first, meaning that's a point win to Serenity. And I think that was the... no, we're actually 3-3 right now, if Wild Ones did not mess up. Won the points there. Yeah, you can see he does have the points up there. I tried it all once, but I found it to be way too chaotic to just constantly have to get into some spreadsheet to adjust the current points for each team. And yeah, I was I was not being successful at that. Might do so again, but then you are often having the wrong points. Yeah, we're actually 3-3 right now, and heading into our last map. It is Faust now, and that is often quite interesting, as it is quite a large map. We've often seen some very aggressive pushes on the heavy side, but also some interesting moves through the middle area, passive strategies, aggressive strategies, a wild mixture of different options here for this map. I'm excited to see what's going to happen here, because it will be the last game for each team. Tiebreaker right now. Serenity going for a Sheridan instead of the LT. From what I've seen, that's always a little bit of a liability. Having a Sheridan means just potentially having a good shot at the start, but afterwards you're not having the DPM of the LT and just not being as effective when getting aggressive into the fight in a later stage, in the brawl stage of the game. So we'll have to see how that's going to work out for Serenity here. Also, they are again going for 60 TPs that are just slow and low on the DPM. And RA1D on the other side is going for a lot of Ice Force, a 113 double type 71. So big DPM advantage to RA1D. Yet hit points on side of Serenity this time. Almost... No, I'm wrong about it. Sorry, 800 hit points more for RA1D here, actually. And the Sheridan is getting in the first spot here, maybe having a big shot into Falcon or anyone else there. Not shooting yet, waiting for that safe shot. Is he going to find a shot into any of those types here with a heat shot? Nope, looks like they are covered right now. RA1D going for a strong opening here of taking base D and B simultaneously. Serenity not having any caps so far. Being on a back foot here, not having the hit points, not having the caps right now, not having the mobility, not having the DPM. The only thing that Serenity really has right now is not hit points. Sheridan here getting smacked as he's trying to spot more aggressively. Taking a third shot here, being down to a 2-shot already. What a big mistake here by the Sheridan player. Serenity having some big alpha guns in the 60 TPs and the Sheridan, but it is the question if they are going to be able to make use of those, because they are having a lineup that is better suited for some passive playstyle, while RA1D now does have a triple cap advantage against only one cap on Serenity's side here. So it is really not looking good for Serenity. They're down 2k hit points almost. And it will be very problematic for Serenity to win right now. as they will have to push in, and they will not have the DPM. The 60 TPs also being well armored, but they are down 2k hit points. They are having to fight some hull down IS-4s. They still have to worry about taking the bases back, so they just cannot really afford to push in. They are not going to have any advantage on the push here. I don't see Serenity winning this still, unless if they are just surprising us with some awesome cross and focus fire, especially here. But Vaven still has a cap. It's now 3 caps for Serenity. Is it early enough still, or soon enough to just take these bases, get away with the cap advantage? Sheridan taking another hit here, Messi chasing him. It will soon be a gun advantage to RA1D. And they are down, they are quite a few hit points above the Serenity team right now. The Sheridan's still safe right now. 113 against Type 71 on the B cap. That's going to be a loss for Serenity over there. And they are not in position to push on to the bridge area here. RA1D having the bridges, having the high ground, just having a little bit of an advantage there. I do not see any big chances here of Serenity still winning the game. They're not in position to push in, losing the first tank. Sheridan also being out of the fight, so they are down 2 tanks effectively. Or the blue is also down to a 1-shot and cannot really do much anymore. And currently RA1D is still having 2 tanks on the B side. Although one is the LT, who is currently pushing right behind the bridges here. Messi now fighting Lego, who is also low on hit points and not going to survive for too much longer. Potentially still putting out a large shot into that LT, but that will be it. Vaven bouncing a last shot here and now going to get killed. Hit points and the cap points highly in favor of RA1D. Lego still bouncing a shot here. The Sheridan is still alive, but he cannot help anymore. And it is actually now the point win for RA1D. Dominatrix asking, why do I have someone behind me? You mean that guy there? Look at him. I can't see him. If I move over, you see there is someone. The thing is, I did not get a room invite, unfortunately. The game crashed there apparently, or the spectator crashed. And Wargaming was not able to quickly give me a new room invite. I asked them already. So we had to just improvise here. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Yeah, just had to quickly try to still get some stream to run here. That's a win to RA1D here. Surprisingly, RA1D winning against Serenity in a very close game. Yeah, RA1D was just showing some really good games. Although they have not shown their best performance so far in this tournament, I think it might be the first game that they actually won. Surprised to not see any Progetto on this game. Nah, not really. Progetto is not really in the meta right now. Progetto just not having DPM, being inaccurate. I do think the Progetto is not horrible, to be honest, but it's not great right now. If you wanted a Clipper tank, then TVP would be better. If you want a medium tank at the moment, mediums are really a tricky thing. Definitely, at the moment. That's a big problem here, because the Type 71s are just almost as fast as a medium. And they are super hard to penetrate, having more hit points. A medium, especially with a low profile, the low DPM, low penetration, they will really struggle to get some shots into Type 71. So basically you can just spam Type 71s. Often we're still seeing one Sheridan or an LT for the spots, but mediums are not really in the meta right now. Unless if it's some really large map like Kennel, then we're still seeing some mats, because they can just get into some very advanced positions, which the heavy tanks cannot do. Also, some teams are experimenting with some more mediums occasionally, just like 2 mats sometimes, or 2 LTs, 2 140s. But it's if a projectile is just not able to put out a it doesn't have big shots, but if a projectile is not able to shoot at a distance because of the accuracy, not able to put out snapshots, not having the mobility to go for quick pushes, then it's a really big problem. But certainty is still, like, you can actually just still see it here. Let me just quickly show you. Camera bug again. Yeah, we're still seeing the current results here. And RA1D winning the first game did not really change anything about their position on the leaderboard right now. They're still 8th right now. APA Pink first. No, APA is first. Pink has apparently just lost 1-4 against APA, their first defeat. That's interesting to see. And that means that BPS still strong, and BPS fighting BPS, and BPS winning. Yeah. It's still not looking good for BPS here, both of these teams. Hey guys, thanks. Thanks for the dono. Much appreciated once more. And yeah, it's let's just quickly have a look here at the tournament section and see what's going to happen there. So we have finished our second day, actually. I don't want to start Blitz, yeah. Music. Let's scroll down a bit. Yeah, Wargaming forgot to send the room invite. Okay, let me just scroll down a bit here to see the current... we don't have the results here. Of course not. A bit too easy to have all in one place. No, we're still on 17th. Okay, so I have to just get over here. Jokes lost to Igpa. Igpa is doing good here. I have bet APA already. APA Pink win. Pink has really done a superb job so far, but against APA they seem to struggle. I've also seen some training recently of those two. So yeah, there is some... That seems to be some strong opponent here. I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out, especially for the BPS teams, because also speedrunnery here, the BPS first team, actually former champion, having won the last 3 tournament seasons, is going to try to defend this title, of course. But API seems to be in top position at the moment. Let's see what else was happening. Gravitas was beating Igpan though. Great API, that's what we've seen on the first game, Pink defeating Jokes. Not Jones, I was tempted to say that. Okay. That's it for the tournament, yeah. Some very close games. Really like to see that stuff. Unfortunately, I did not have my own spectator thingy here on the last game, but never mind. I was still able to comment on what we could see here. Was not all that bad. Let me just quickly... I would just quickly recolor the camera source because I have to just turn it off and on so often. Okay, now it's a little bit easier to see. Good. I would just still go for some games. Maybe I should just switch over to Twitch actually. Although no one's watching on Twitch right now. Just the people on YouTube. Yeah, guys, usually I'm streaming on Twitch only. Just the tournaments are taking place on both channels. There will also be some more YouTube content still. But if you want to see some more regular gameplay, usually on touch also, then make sure to follow the link in the description down below, where you can find a link to Twitch. Man, the game where API had their light tank over here. That was just incredible. So lucky also, to be honest. Like, what different distance is that? That's not even 100 meters. He still did not get spotted. What is Yo doing there? What's the difference between the two PPS teams? Yeah, definitely different people playing there. It's just two completely different teams. It's just one clan family basically. But yeah. Two different teams. That's for sure. Oh god, got all spotted. Oh yeah. He's just hitting my Capolo like if it was nothing. He was just having the advantage of being involved there. It cost him his entire life. Good job. A long ways for. Nah. Nice, Yo's moving, but I will just reload 2 shots at least. At least, yeah, I'm not going to reload 3. Okay. Yeah, let's not shoot yet, because I'm not having any DPM then. And hopefully it's going to bounce some shots. Need one more bounce. Oh nice, he's shooting HE. I think some teammate will help me out, so I'll just shoot this one. No, man, I wasted 2 shots at 30 seconds of reload just because my teammate was not able to shoot him. 30 seconds for nothing. BPS, yeah, BPS not even better. They are really good, both of those guys, or teams. It's just that the BPS speedrunnery team with 2 dashes is actually a little bit better. And they have won the last 3 seasons. So definitely not bad. Oh no, he's behind there. No. Thought he was running. Meh. .3, okay. Actually just 2 games away from the 100 games. Okay, let me just quickly... What? Ah, crap. I'm constantly getting some notification when I'm going live because some server is following me, following my Twitch streams. I already muted the server. I'm just getting pinged constantly. I will have to ask them to remove the ping. Every time I go live, I'm getting pinged on Discord then. And I always have to scroll down and just get rid of it. I don't want to collect those pings then. I know some people like to do that. Not me. I would love to reload my whole clip. Good. Yeah, push me. It's fine. I will just reload again. Otherwise I would have 0 DPM. It looks like I'm just going to be able to farm this guy anyways. He seems to be a pro. He really is a pro. Nice. Ah, never mind. Let's reload. Push right. Anyone else here, maybe? No, 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 don't run. Okay, let's reload all 3 shots and push AMX. Oh, that was close. You know, I almost hit these cars here with the HE. Risky. Hi, Shimishu and Lars, you're welcome. Of course. It was a pleasure to stream today. Although it did not all go too well. I'm just collecting aces here on this tanks though. Yeah, only 1k games, okay. Oh, I was a bot matchmaking. Yeah, no wonder then. If you're playing an armored tank in bot matchmaking, then you're just killing everyone as if it was nothing. No one using heat yet. Interesting. I get into bot matchmaking with my amount of games. So 100th game now on a Minotauro. Let's have another good game, please, so I can get back to the 3.3k. Actually a shame that I dropped so far was at 3.4k, which I would not consider as good for my usual stats, but it was alright. But yeah, then I had like 10 bad games and ended up at 3,250. Nah, you know what, I'm not going to help the mediums. They're just going to die if they push, and if they run, I'm not able to run away. Enemies are having the medium tank advantage, so yeah, let's push the heavies then. If we can. Nice. Wait, what? They are already here. Might not even make too much sense to keep going then. Ah, come on, please, team. AMX maybe? Walk! Nah, I'll just reload. IMX? He probably went away. No, he did not. Oh, no spawn liner. Okay, last shots. Ah, man. How could the team just lose here? I was having like 3-4 tanks right in front, like the Gorilla, the VK in spawn, calling Team Honor for being noobs. I was having Gorilla, AMX, Emil in front. Only T57 with me. Really? Really? Man. The enemy AMX is at 0. What a wasted game. Well, here we are, 100 games on a Minotauro. Aces are just getting mentioned. 33 aces, so every third game I get an ace, yeah, on this tank so far. It feels like it even got easier almost. I don't know. Usually that takes like a few days to get adjusted. It's not getting adjusted, it adjusts itself. Because it's based on the stats of the last 7 days. So it always depends a little bit on how long it has been ago that the testers had the tank, the new tank on their usual account. Because they're getting tested on the normal accounts. And sometimes it's just happening right until they are being released. Oh no. I'm not really having too much information, to be honest. Okay. What was that move? Interesting choice. Please kill T62. Nice. He could have penetrated that one. I cannot really push over there because there's still 183, 268 in the back. Don't want to get smacked by some big shot. Okay, let's go. 100's dead. Okay. Nice HE, man. Ah. Let's just shoot twice here. That was my last shot. Come on. Not 20 seconds of reload. Ah. Unlucky. Or maybe I can still get the kill. Okay. Okay, did not expect TVP to take that long. Snow stats everywhere? What? Another ace. I guess we got the 3.3 back then. Yep. Okay, what I'm going to do is just take a little break, just a few minutes. I will actually continue the stream, but I will just jump over to Twitch. So, if you want to still see some more gameplay, I will also play on touch then. Play some faster, more interesting tanks. But yeah, I don't want to have the delay all the time again. Not again anymore. Okay, let me just quickly add over to YouTube here. Okay. Guys, I will be back in about 10 minutes on Twitch. So if you are watching on YouTube right now, then see that message on the chat there. Hello. Let's just spam that a little bit, and yeah, I'll just continue in just a few minutes. Good. So see you back on Twitch then, and goodbye. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Still smash that like button. See ya.